Hi everyone, welcome to the channel once again. In this video we'll learn about stacks. So a stack is again a data structure, very useful, where you have a scenario in which you are inserting a data where the last data that you have inserted have to fetch first. Stack is called LIFO, that is last in first out data structure, where the last item entered will be fetched first. So considering this, suppose this stack of books, the red book was the first inserted, fetched last, and this black book put in this stack of book last will be fetched first, and then only second, and then third, then fourth. Something like this if you want to achieve in a real time. So this would be better if we do that through a stack. Now you see, this is the first item. I have a stack which is I have inserted this first item, and then I am pushing this second item to this stack. So push would be there, push to, so I am pushing that too, and then you see I am pushing this third item. So at any point in time when I am pushing it at the last point. So this should be last entry. So it does not depend upon the size of the stack. If this stack has thousands of data, and then also if we are inserting or pushing any item, it would be done in a constant time, because it does not require iteration and it does not linearly increases with the increase of the size of the data structure. So whatever would be the size, like in this scenario there is only one item and pushing second on top of first, so this should be done in a constant time. And if I am pushing 3 where already 2 items are present, so this should also be done in a constant time. So inserting or pushing a data item in a stack is done in a constant time. Now this is, as I discussed earlier, this is last in first out. Now in this case this item 3 was the last item which was inserted. Now when you will do pop, the last item which was inserted would be popped first, and then the second and the third. You cannot directly go and pop this second. In a stack that feature is not there. There is a priority stack which in which you can provide the priority to the element, and then you can pop a particular priority item, but that is beyond the scope of this course. So now where you will use this stack, where the usage comes. So any of the expression like usage of stack would be, suppose you are performing any mathematical operations, and any of the expression, for instance, suppose you are doing any BODMAS tool. So first you have to perform the operation bracket, and then you will multiply, then you will divide, and then multiply, and then add, and then subtract. So all these things you can do it using a stack. Now the stack can also be used where you are required to backtrack. Example would be browser back stack. Now suppose you have searched for so many items, and you see now you see this is one browser. I have searched this first test, and then I am going to this speed test, and then I am doing something again test. Now this back item, what it's doing, it's stacking all the search which I have already done. You see I am pushing that back, it is bringing back to the item, and I am going this, it is bringing back to this item. So this backtracking is storing a kind of a stack. If you have something like that as a requirement where you need to backtrack on a particular item list, then you can use a stack. The other result would be error trace. Now whenever if you are executing any program, you will find that error occurs, like one of the exceptions occur. You will see that the exception which is thrown is something like that: error thrown at line number 42, and then error thrown at line number 32, and then to the page. This is backtracking of error. So where the error occurred first, and then the second and the third. So this error is stacked in a runtime stack, and then it is thrown to the client or the browser. This we will see in our demo as well, how this runtime stack works. So this is the basic general understanding of this stack. Let's go to the demo lab and see the demo. Before that, you see that now this stack is not inbuilt in all the languages, like in Java or C#. There is an inbuilt data structure stack is already inbuilt there, but languages like Python, Ruby, you don't have inbuilt stack, so you will build your own stack using list or array, something like that you can build. So some languages has inbuilt, some languages don't have. So let's go to the lab and see. I'll first show you this error trace, runtime stack trace, how it works. Now I'll go to this, closing this. Now this is, I am again jdoodle.com, and I have this inbuilt stack class in Java. I have made this class test class, and in the main I have initialized this object my test stack, and I'm pushing one item, and then I'll push again the second item, that is 2, and you see I am popping one item. So I am pushing first and second, and I'm popping this second item, so this would be popped, and no error would be thrown because it is popping the item which is already present. So when I'll execute it, you see no error is thrown because it has the item which is popped, the first item and second. If I am executing this, it will not throw error because this is first pushed and this is second pushed. Now it is popping the second item, now it is popping the first item. So it will not throw any error and it will not show any. Now if I want to pop again, now this is the third item which I am trying to pop up, which is not there in this stack. So it will throw error because the first item popped, second item popped already by these two lines, and the third item, there is no item present, so it will throw error. How it will throw error? You see, this is the way it throws error. Now how it is throwing error, you see, empty static exception. So this was the exception which was found at java.util class, and then what it tried to do, it first peeked to the Java. What is peek and what is we'll see this in the next demo. In this video only we'll see this, but you see peek means it's trying to search the data. So then error occurred here, then error occurred here, and then the error was at test class Java at the 9th line. So test class, this is my class, this is the 9th line. This runtime stack is maintaining the stack where error occurred first at 9, and then this, and then this, and then this. So empty stack exception occur at the util, and then it is throwing all the errors in sequence fashion. So this is how the runtime stack works. Now let's go to the Python and how we can use this stack data structure. Now you see I have this stack list and I'm appending 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm printing this stack. So once I'll execute it, it will show this is the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am popping the first item. I am printing this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I am popping and then again printing. So what will happen? It will pop the fourth this item and then will again print. So once it will do, you see the 1, 2, 3, 4 was added, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last item was popped because the last in LIFO, last in first out. So the last item was the 4 and it was popped first. So 1, 2, 3, 4 was displayed. Now this is the Python. Now I am showing you in different languages just to emphasize that data structure is independent of the languages. So this was in Java, this was in Python, and now again I am showing you in Swift. Now Swift does not have as inbuilt data structure which is stack. So how you can do it, I have made this class stack. I have initialized this variable stack data structure, and it's a type of string array. Now I have made this method push where it will push this self. You can think of as a this self.this and then appending this item which is pushed. Now this syntax is also very similar to the Angular. The string item would be appended. Now appends at the last of the stack. So this is the push function, And the pop function, pop the string, it is not returning any. This is the optional parameter. It can return value. If there is no value, it will not. So this is the question mark is for optional parameters that we know in other languages. Now you see this self, if last not equal to nil, nil is null. So if the last item is not null, then the last self dot stack dot last, the pointer would be at the last, and then this or self dot this, the data structure remove last, so it will pop the last item and then it will return the value. Similarly, peek is like searching or seeing. So if last is not null, then it will return the value. Now you see I have initialized this variable stack as a stack, which I have made here. The object is initialized. Now I'm pushing 1, 2, 3, 4 and I'm printing the values of it. So I'll comment this, and when I'll run, you see the 4. So print.pick 1, 2, 3, 4, it has picked the 4th item. Now if I pop one of the last item, if I'll pop, it will pop the 4th item, and then if I'll pick is this method which is returning the last item. You see the last item, it is returning the last item. So if I pop one item and then I'll pick, so this 4 will be popped, and then this 3 should be returned when I'll pick. So once I return, you see the 4 and the 3. 4 is this one. If I'll comment this, you will see only 3. Now you see this 3. This is a warning you can ignore. This is due to a different region because I have not initialized when I am picking it. So that's why it's print. So this is all in a stack, and the next video would be on queue. That's all. Thank you.
If you're liking the videos, please do subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me and it motivates me a lot to make more videos. The channel is in its infant stage, so your support is required for the growth of the channel. So please do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.